Previously on Little Brother.
Those people will keep Mike, but you're missing one, and that's Aspen.
Days was pushing hard to keep Mike in the game over Dee Dee.
She just got caught in the crossfire. Like, it wasn't my intention.
Some cracks in the matriarchy started growing.
Aspen, please don't fuck this vote up.
What?
I'm just saying, because of what Days said.
Days' great plan did get him the numbers.
He has the votes. Just say he has the votes, because we do.
But he was missing one piece to the puzzle.
And then also what Monet said last night about her having to switch a vote. She does not have a switch a vote. She has a secret veto like I do.
Monet had a secret veto, but she also had a secret switch a vote.
I think it has paid off. Like, they don't need to know about my other power. I'm stealing Days' vote so it can go towards Mike.
Monet successfully used her switch a vote to cause a tie and Liana to break the tie as HOH.
4-4. We have a tie. Liana, you must break the tie and vote out either Mike or Dee Dee.
Mike.
In the end, Days' plan might not have worked, but he did become the new HOH.
Congrats, Days.
Days, you are the next HOH.
Tonight, will Days use his HOH to shake up the game?
That didn't go over too well with me, but that's not really why I'm putting you up.
So it's like there are two sides, the guys kind of against the girls.
Is the goal to break up this supposed women's alliance?
Who will be the next two nominees? Find out tonight on Little Brother.
Fuck the patriarchy.
Days, you are the next HOH.
You know, but I said before the HOH, I probably needed to win this one. And I was going full blast for it. This comp kind of worked in my favor because I feel like I do have a pretty good read on the house. So majority rules, definitely the game I wanted to play.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
A lot of not happy faces in that chat. Liana, DeLeon, Meg, Monet. Aspen might feel like she's in trouble for, you know, making it 4-4.
Oh my gosh.
I'm still trying to figure out how the vote went tonight. I'm like still just trying to read people's faces to read all that.
Somebody lied.
What's the confusion? It was 4-4.
Somebody didn't vote how they said they was gonna vote.
I voted to keep Mike, but I don't know if I said I would.
We know.
Okay.
We know who it is.
Okay.
No. Or
I didn't know if I wasn't at the backyard chest. I didn't know if I could confirm it for anybody. You know?
I know exactly who voted for who.
I voted.
I honestly don't.
Well, say it.
I know too, but
I voted to keep Mike.
I know.
So I voted to keep Mike, and Alex voted to keep Mike, and Days voted to keep Mike, and I voted to keep Mike.
But if Days used if they used the switch of vote and they thought Days was gonna vote for Mike and really voted for D, then they gave Mike that vote.
There was no switch vote. But yeah, I got some work to do. I mean, we almost pulled that Mike vote off. I think some people are sweating. I'm probably the last person they wanted to see win HOH. Got to throw Monet up there. That's the first thing on the agenda. Make sure to flesh out her power, and we'll see who I can stack around her to, you know, get them out. I got a couple targets. I don't really care which one goes. So just get them up there and let the house decide who they want to go.
It was scary, but I'm glad I survived. But at the same time, I didn't want Mike to leave. But I mean, at that point, it was either me or him. So I feel bad for him.
I'm just here to observe. I'll have my conversations later on in the night. Spoiler alert for our conversation. You're good.
Oh, thank you. Do you have ideas who you want to try to put up?
Yep.
So how you feeling, Dage? You already know where your mom made up for tonight?
It's not 100% made up. It's between a select few people. It depends on how the talks go later in the HOH room, but I feel like there's certain people that are going to end up there regardless. Just kind of how it plays out. I'm not sure yet.
Are we still like 100% positive that Monet didn't use the switch vote?
I explained that to you, right? Like how I knew.
So confusing to me.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
She said
Yeah.
she had switch vote.
That's sketch though, bro. That's sketch.
I'm 100%.
I mean, I
Okay,
believe
maybe
you because
not 100.
you.
I'm 99.
Yeah.
There's always a possibility.
Get over here, Carlo.
I mean, but I feel. Okay, Dee. Technical difficulties over there. So, Dee, did Monet tell you she had a switch vote?
Yeah.
That like she actually physically told you that. It ain't like what you heard from nobody else.
The day we had the conversation, I was like, I already know who's going to vote for who. Fan Guy was supposed to be all over the place, but Dave told me that Fan Guy was going to vote to save Mike. So I already knew who was voting for who going into the competition. Going into voting. But she was like, she's going to use her switcher vote to switch Dave's vote. And I was like, so you for sure you're going to switch Dave's? Because at first I thought she had a veto anyway. So now it's like a switcher vote. I thought it was a veto, so I don't know what the fuck she had. But she did specifically say, I'm going to use the switcher vote on Dave's vote.
We'll know after. We'll know this week for sure.
Like I am so lost, bro.
I'm
like,
super lost. What I think is going on is that Mike tried to be super messy on his way out to cause a ton of confusion and like try to throw people under the bus to like mess up relationships.
What did he throw? Me, I guess, right?
Well, I just like heard so many random things yesterday that like I didn't even know where they came from. Like Days told Aspen, or somebody told Aspen that like me and Fan Guy were talking shit on her in the backyard, which is a conversation that never happened. Mike was like, I was trying to once again explain to him why I didn't vote for him to stay the first time, because I was like, I'm not gonna waste. It was a wasted vote for you. You didn't have the votes. Like, I don't know what else.
That's exactly what I told him too. I literally told him the same thing.
I'm like, I can't control how
already
anybody else votes. So if they're saying the same thing, it's because nobody thought you had the votes. I don't know what else to say about it. I'm not trying to be vicious.
Yeah, he was definitely very like messy when he came back for sure.
So I like didn't know what to say, but then he was like, well, you think that by you voting for Alex to stay last week means that he's with you? Because let me tell you, he's against you.
That's crazy, Mike. What the fuck?
I was like, okay, like, what do you want me to say?
I never once said that. And like, I voted for Mike to stay this round because I know he's a bigger threat. And like, I've been on the block so many times that I just don't find.
I totally get that. Like, I understand that. Like,
that's what I told him. I didn't think
not going to be on the same page with a vote, but like, I was so confused. Just like, to be honest with you guys, like, I feel like I'm on the block tonight.
You think so?
From Dazed?
Yeah.
Okay.
He wouldn't give me a clear answer. I think he gonna put me up because I think he like.
No. Dazed. Okay, this is the truth. Like, Dazed is scaring me. Like, I love Dazed, but like, what is going? I just felt like ever since he said he would vote for me to stay and then didn't, like, I just don't understand where he's going. Like, I don't know what he's doing. I don't think you're on the block. I honestly, if I were him, I would put up Monet or Didi or DeLeon because that's, like, that's what he said earlier. So
I think he thinks that Monet has this like veto though, so I don't think he would put her up.
But isn't that
she can't take herself down though, can she?
I think so.
But like,
I mean, I don't know. I don't even know if she has anything or if it's even still in play. Like, who knows? But he made some kind of comment to me and I still don't understand what he meant by it. But yesterday in a chat, he said something like, if you're on the wrong side of the vote tonight, and I'm not trying to sway your vote, but if you're on the wrong side of the vote, you will be one of 4 people that will be on the block next week. And I was like, me and who else? And I was like, by who? And he was like, I don't know. And I was like, well, me and who? What other people? And he was like, add your numbers up. I was like, I don't know what the fuck numbers you're talking about. I don't have any idea what you're talking about right now.
Well, look, I'm gonna just go ahead and tell y'all, I'm fucking with both of y'all. Like, I genuinely feel like y'all are the, y'all trying to be honest about stuff. So I like, and I just don't know about Dave.
So who's the other vote? Fan guy?
What you mean?
So I voted to keep Mike, and so did Fan Guy, so did Dazed, and I think.
Oh, see, I didn't know it because Fan Guy told us he wasn't voting like that.
Oh, okay. I didn't get a chance to tell everyone, but I was doing because Dee and I never talked, so like I had every reason to. Unfortunately, if it wasn't against Dee, I would have voted Mike out, but it was against Dee. I had to try it. But as for Fan Guy, I don't know. I don't know why he told you the other way, but the 4 is me, Mike, me, Dazed, Fan Guy, and Nav. That's the people who voted for Mike to stay. I don't freaking know what's gonna happen this week. Honestly, I really don't.
I don't know either. Nav, you know?
How you feeling, Nav?
About Dazed winning HOH?
Yeah, who you
like who the noms are gonna be?
I feel like DeLeon is gonna be one. At least.
I think I have a feeling he is gonna be up there.
I don't know who the other one is. My best guess would be Meg, but I don't know.
Oh really? Meg did say that she's afraid she might be on the block tonight.
I mean based on
I know they had their words, so I don't know how they.
Yeah, based on the voting lines during the Mike vote, and
so
going off.
So when Mike was going out, he told me something. He said that Dazed, him, and Meg had a trio early on, and that's why he's really mad at Meg for flipping.
Oh.
And so maybe Dazed is on the same path of like it's Meg and whoever else.
This week's gonna be interesting. This week's gonna be very.
I think everyone should be themselves. No one should have all these follower instincts or whatever. People shouldn't lie about their votes. Like just.
I know they don't make no sense. Tell the truth. That's all I'm trying. I'm trying to play my game by honest. That's what
I've played in the past pretty sneakily, but like I feel like this season I'm trying my best to just be like, hey, I'm voting this way. Like why be so sneaky? It's gonna come. It's gonna come out in the open. It really is.
Alex, were you surprised that Aspen voted to evict Mike instead of keeping him?
I don't know because I never talked to her about what she was gonna do. I did know that she wanted Mike out more than anything.
I'm gonna leave and I'm gonna come back.
Bye. We lost Mike. I really wanted Mike to stay.
Yeah.
I'm really sad about it because I feel like now our game's a little like iffy, but
yeah, it's unfortunate.
It's a little unfortunate.
And I'm sorry I voted for you the week that you and Mike were up there. Like it was a really hard decision for me.
It's okay. Honestly, I just want to move forward. Hey, Fan Guy, all 3 of us were on the wrong side of the boat. So thankfully, Dazed, is HOH.
Yeah.
But we could have been screwed one by one after this, honestly. So.
Yeah, I thought last night's HOH was like.
Up.
So who was not with us last night? Aspen?
Aspen.
Yeah, it was Aspen.
It has to be Aspen. Yeah, who else is it gonna be?
Yeah, I mean that was like everyone else just stood up and said it was me. I voted for him.
I thought Aspen and Alex would vote together at least because I've been hearing that you 2 are close. So
we're not close, but I haven't really. I haven't. Do you know who told you that? Because I'm kind of curious. Is Dazed? Because I feel like Dazed would be the one who says that.
I mean, Dazed is one of the people who has mentioned it, but I feel like I've heard it from other people too.
Okay.
Another thing is
also this is my I vote with you guys.
I'm so glad. I'm actually so glad I walked into this group.
I just want to say because we are in the same boat.
Stick together.
We have
to, and we have to stick with Dazed.
We have to. Yeah, I agree.
That's just our group now. It just is what it is.
I hope Dazed understands that too.
I'm sure he does.
Dazed, I'm so thankful that he.
I wasn't trying to throw you guys under the bus to Leanna either. It was just gonna be one of us. It was
that was self-preservation mode. That is
guys.
It was
We've been on the
100%
block.
gonna be one of us, but it wasn't directed at either of y'all. It was just gonna be one of y'all.
Every
week,
we've been on the block. Like one of us in this combination had been on the block, so it makes sense. There's no hard feelings. What we need to do is turn the tide because some people have never been on the block and never touched the block.
Yeah, well, I think Dazed is gonna nominate 2 of those people.
I hope so. I want to see what he does, but
I can't see him nominating any of us.
No, I don't.
I don't
fucking way.
I don't either. No.
The girls might have something going too.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why Aspen might have voted Dee Dee to stay, even though she didn't necessarily want it, was because there might be like an all-girls team. Which is kind of, look what we've been forced to do. It wasn't like we came in like, all right, bros, let's fuck this shit up. But like, look what we, like, honestly, we're all in the outs and we're all the dudes.
We are.
Except for Leon, who's in with us.
Has every elimination so far been a guy?
It's been a guy. There's not even been a girl as a final nom.
Yeah.
Oh man, I didn't even realize that.
There hasn't been a girl nom at all. It was besides Leanna.
Leanna, I guess.
Yeah.
But she was in no danger. She was like practically safe.
It went Dot, Nick, Mike, and you know, had anyone on that other side won, it would have been 2 of us. 2 of us, 3. Actually,
it's 3 of us. It would have been one of us going out the door. So
Yes.
what I'm saying is, you have to stick. Yeah, we definitely have to stick with Vanguy for sure.
As soon as Dazed won, I was super relieved. He's definitely a guy like that. I feel like I can trust long term.
Hey.
Congrats, man. That was
We
a
needed
clutch
that one,
win.
buddy. Oh, we needed that one after we didn't win that vote.
Just so you're aware, no need to schmooze me. Y'all are both safe.
I mean, yeah.
No need. I'm not trying to be ostentatious or whatever, but we sort of felt we were.
Yeah, we sort of felt
Yeah, before that HOH, I was pretty adamant about having to win it.
One of us did. One of us had to win it. When it was you and Alex at the end, I was like, I can breathe. I was like, I can breathe. How did we lose Aspen, man? What happened?
Yeah, that's surprising.
I don't know. I wasn't sure on it to begin with.
Let me say this. Meg, I think Mike was mad with you because out of everybody who didn't vote for him, he was mad with you more because you, Days, and him had a 5-3.
Yeah.
I heard that too. I heard that
too. We did in the very beginning. And then I started talking to other people and building better relationships, and shit was getting super messy, and I was like, I'm kind of out of this.
You like peacefully bowed out.
Yeah.
They both said that about.
So who's the second person that's going up with me? I want to know.
Probably me.
Do you really? I don't think it's you, Meg.
I don't think it's either.
I think it might be me.
I don't know. I don't know who it is, but I don't think it's either of them.
I really wouldn't be surprised if it was me and Delian, to be honest with you.
I mean, I'm not gonna be surprised, but if he doesn't say my name, it's gonna be pretty clear that he wants
Nothing
to get
would
me out
surprise
the way
me at this point.
we got Mike out.
Nothing at this point in this game would surprise me. I could see it being one.
I mean, honestly, I would be shooketh if I'm not put up.
I don't think it's as much of a slam dunk as you think. Honestly, I don't think it's as much of a slam dunk as you think.
Who's the other option?
I think Monet will be one of the nominees for sure.
But do you think he'd put her up if he thinks that she has a veto that can just
Yes,
ultimately
that's
take
why
her
he
out?
put her up. That's 100% why he would put her up. Like, this is how he thinks. Like, 100% he would put her up to get her to use her power if it's like a long-term power.
So she can't use it on somebody else?
Correct.
It's nice to start seeing the other side scramble a little bit, or the people that have been really, really safe. You know, even the ones I really like Meg. Like, I'm not gonna vote Meg out, but like, it's nice to see all of them squirm because they've all just been safe. So it was more just fun to see them squirm.
How do you feel about Leanna putting you up?
I didn't like it because it was a safer option, because like if it were like she already had the numbers when Alex went up, so it was no point to put me up, and I feel like she just threw me out in the risk for that.
Yeah.
I'm not taking it personal though.
Yeah. I don't know. Yesterday was super stressful. I'm glad that you stayed. That was like way too close for comfort.
Yeah. And I knew it was going to be that close too. That's why I was like, why the fuck would she put me up like that? Yeah.
Fan Guy's what like really threw me off. I figured the other three, but that one kind of surprised me, but I don't know.
Let me see the kite. Ow. Okay.
Is that a snake?
Yeah.
How did I see that?
Sorry, she was out of her hide for the first time, and since I got back from Minnesota and I needed to let her out. Her name is June. Yeah, she can come in. June. Yep. Huh?
June is pretty gorgeous.
Yeah.
My heart beating so hard.
I'm sorry.
And I saw it, and I was like,
Hey, Leanna.
oh my God.
I said before the HOH competition that I probably needed to win this one. I put my ass out on a line trying to make sure that Mike stayed here. That didn't work out. So best option was to win the HOH and get one of my specific targets out. So there were fewer votes against me in the future. So I'll just kind of, let y'all know what's up. Monet, I have to put you up strictly because I need to flush a power. The other two, I'm not 100% sure yet. There's 4 other people that I could put up next to Monet, and I kind of want to give anybody the opportunity who wants to, have a 100% chance at playing at the veto, offer themselves up for that. I'm not intentionally backdooring anybody, but if Monet does have a power and she comes down, then there's a possibility you're getting backdoored unintentionally. So if you want to have a 100% chance at playing for the veto, go ahead and tell me. I'll take that into consideration and go ahead and give you your chance if you would want to do that.
I won't be up there. I just want you to do what you want to do, if I'm being quite honest.
That's
You're
fine.
HOH, and whatever you choose. If you want a backdoor, I'm not saying like that's the wrong thing to do. If that's what you want to do, then do that.
I don't like doing it.
But it's something you can do.
I know. But, I want to give people the opportunity if they want to take that 100% chance to play, because they might not get it if they don't get picked to play in the veto. Monet was great. I think Monet knew I had to do what I needed to do. I think maybe DeLeon and Leanna don't think I know as much as I probably do.
So Days, your other option is one of us. Me,
Well,
DeLeon.
there's
said
2
4
others. There's 5 total that could potentially be on the block. It's the 4 people that voted out Mike. Meg and Aspen are the other 2.
I was like, why are y'all thinking so hard?
I wasn't thinking hard.
For some reason, like I knew even before we all voted, I knew exactly who was gonna vote what way.
Well, this is not because of how the vote went down necessarily, but I believe there's 2 alliances. DeLeon, one that you're in, and then the Women Alliance that you're not in. So it's 2 different alliances that I'm trying to, knock one person out of just for numbers' sake.
I'm confused.
Wait, hold on. I'm confused too. Wait, hold on.
So
wait, what alliances are there?
Wait, I'm confused. So we are in a women's alliance. Who started that women alliance?
I don't know who started it.
So you're trying to say Monet is in this women alliance
Correct.
because that person told you we are.
They said there was a women's alliance.
Wait,
Okay.
who said that?
I'm not going to say that.
Whoever told you that,
I'm hearing about that.
Whoever told you that, I think you need to second thank it.
I feel like Aspen is the one who snitched on us and told them that there was a women's alliance, because I know Meg wouldn't. Aspen has built up a pretty bad track record with lying as is, so I wouldn't be surprised if it was her. It's similar to what happened with Nick. We had a chat together. But that's it.
Then my HOHs ain't been going nowhere. So if it was in an all women's, that wouldn't have never left.
I mean, I'm not gonna rethink it. It's just like, people lumped me in with Fanguy and Mike when that wasn't a thing. No matter how much I denied it, I specifically said the only reason I kept Mike or wanted to keep him is because he was a bigger target than me. I don't like Mike. I don't want to work with him. Him and I don't work well together. So, I mean, I feel like a lot of people are confused. I'm confused. So I'm just going on the information.
I feel like
that
most of us are confused, and I'm very excited for when this airs.
Yeah.
Because like half of the time, I'm hearing stuff secondhand. Like this women alliance, this is the first time I've ever heard anybody say anything about this, so this is news to me. Mike already speculated that I think Leanna was working with me and somebody else when he said she was a follower.
I have a question. So Days, why are you holding it against any one of the nominations? Because I don't know why.
What, holding what against whom?
No, I'm saying the people who voted to kick Mike out, why are you holding it against them?
It's not that I'm holding it against you, it's that I believe it's a voting block. You know what I mean by voting block?
Okay.
Yeah, so if I don't at least take one of those people out, they're all gonna continue voting with each other. And they're not happy with the situation that they're in. I've been battling, trying to get votes switched so that they couldn't do what they wanted to since the beginning of the game. Flip the dot vote, and try to flip this one. They weren't too happy about it, and now that I'm in power, they probably know that they're going up. So, some questions for you. Okay. You know the obvious one, which is who you voted for, which we both know that you voted out Mike.
I didn't.
Did you not?
No, and that's what I wanted to talk to you about. Is I voted to keep Mike. I told him I would. I said, bro, I think you got the votes. And he told me he was sure, he was confident.
This close.
How is it 4-4? How? So what are you thinking? What's the next move, bro?
Monet is gonna go up first of all. I've got to flush her safety power, and then it's gonna be a combination of most likely DeLeon, Leanna, or Meg. I'm not gonna say you're safe yet because there's a possibility that I'm gonna have to put you up if I have to end up putting up a total of 5 people instead of 4. It probably won't happen, but there's a way for it to happen. So I don't want to promise you and say that you're safe when you might not be.
I respect that. Okay.
But I don't know if I believe you right now about the vote.
About voting for Mike?
Yeah, I get you're saying that you voted to keep him. I'm not sure yet. That's why you're the last possibility.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel you.
Yeah. You're not my first target. It would be a Dee Dee situation, kind of last, One question I do have for you is, what is it that I told you about Meg and Fanguy talking shit about you in the backyard? What was it that I said? Because I don't...
No, you didn't tell me that. I don't tell you who told me. Leanna, she said that she came into the backyard and you and Fanguy and Meg were talking about me. That's what she said. I don't know, like, she didn't say specifically what, but she, like, honestly said that, like, y'all would be a bunch of people, bro.
The only thing I can think that I said... Yeah, they said it came from you. But the conversation I remember...
She told me.
The only conversation I've had with both Fanguy and Meg together is when Meg said that nobody knows where you are or I are in the game. Leanna and DeLeon spreading shit. Words are getting twisted, that's what it is. Like, they were spreading around that me, Mike, and Fanguy were working together. when I've talked to Fan Guy once in this game on a one-on-one. Like, it's just, they're spreading shit around. I have spread my chats around, so I've gotten to talk to everybody. I don't think I've talked to one person more than twice this entire game.
Okay.
So, like,
Hey, so
I'm
what's
not-
up with Alex, bro? Are you not fucking with Alex no more?
Alex, I love Alex. I want to work with him, but it came down to who is gonna get me further in this game, and I knew that there was
Yeah.
a big alliance, and I had to keep Mike in order to keep me safe. Because if he wasn't in, they were gonna come after me, and that's exactly what the majority rules showed last night. People think I'm sketchy, think I'm dishonest, but yeah, last possible scenario is you go up. A lot of shit has to happen in order for that to go down. So.
Well, I appreciate that. The one thing I will ask is, honestly, bro, you the first person that I told that I actually did vote for, Mike.
Mhm.
So I could appreciate it if you kept it between us.
Yeah,
but,
I will.
All right,
Yeah,
I appreciate
I
it.
gotta keep saying that there was no switch of vote power, but I won't say who I think voted who. You know, and Aspen's gonna be Aspen, right? Her game is very socially based. That's how she plays games. It's not necessarily strategic. I do think that she's been in, you know, larger alliances, and she got caught. You know, she's maybe trying to play both sides. So I'll go ahead and, you know, just say what I have to say. Unless you want to be, and guarantee yourself a 100% chance to play in the veto. My initial targets are going to be Monet. I have to flush her power. The secret veto that she has. So she's guaranteed. I've already told her that. If you want to stay off the block, that's fine as an initial nom, but there is a chance that I'll need a renom, and that would be you. But if you want to volunteer to go up, I'll take that into consideration. That gives you 100% chance to play at veto, 100% chance to save yourself. If you don't want to be up there, there's a chance you don't get picked for veto, and you wouldn't have a chance to save yourself if you're not up there.
Honestly, the chat with Days went better than expected. I was going to come in and try to pull the, hey, if I'm your target, please at least give me the opportunity to play veto. And, you know, please don't backdoor me. But he kind of led that conversation. We know Monet is going to use her power, right, and flush that out. So there's definitely going to have to be one other nomination made. So
if you're off the block and you do play for veto and you don't use it, you're safe. Because when Monet comes down, whoever I don't put up between DeLeon and Leanna is going up. So it's,
I guess what I'm asking is, like, say you put up Monet and then either DeLeon or Leanna, and Monet comes down, is the other one from DeLeon and Monet your first option to go up,
Yes.
or am I automatically the option?
No, you are not the next option. It is Monet and either DeLeon or Leanna. If Monet comes down, the other one goes up. If both of them come down, let's say Leanna or DeLeon, whoever's on the block against Monet, come down, then you would be one of the next ones to go up.
Okay.
And this is not personal against you. It's two alliances that I think are together, and all 5 of these targets, doesn't matter which one goes home, takes a number from either one of those alliances. You know, I was a little upset about the thing, but I get that you needed to do what you needed to do. It's not about that. It's that I believe you're a part of 2 different alliances, so I have to take a vote away. Yeah.
Well, I can tell you I'm only a part of 1 alliance. I don't know, you know, specifics about the 2 you have in mind, but I'm definitely only in 1 alliance. I will tell you that. If I'm a target this week, I absolutely would love the chance to be able to play in the veto. You know, I don't, of course, particularly want to be a nomination, but I'd rather have.
If I get player's choice, would you like me to pick you?
I know, I'm just so.
That gives you a chance.
I don't want to be backdoored, you know.
Yeah, and I don't want to do that to you. You know how I play. Put her in a tough spot. Meg is. I don't want to backdoor Meg. I like Meg as a person. We don't always play the best game together. And we were on, the way we wanted to play the game this season was not the same. So she knows that, I know that, we can make it work going forward. If the scenario happens where somebody that's not on the block wins the veto, they could pull down one of the knobs, and then Monet comes down also, then I have to put 2 people up. And that's kind of how I've worked around this plan. If I have 5 targets, then I can stick with those 5. There's no surprises for me.
Oh,
Yep. I mean, I'm too analytical sometimes and think strictly based on numbers, and that's how I have it drawn up. I mean, if you're not on the block, 43% chance you get picked for veto. That's how I look at it. But I am also not the player that says, "Oh yeah, put me on the block." Like those words are not going to come out of my mouth. Yeah,
we all know. We all know that.
I wouldn't say that.
I'm not coming here and be like, yes, put me on the block, but I don't want to take away the opportunity from myself to be able to save myself with a veto. So that's the only way that I can guarantee that I play in the veto and at least try. Then, I understand that. I was expecting you to nominate me. So I definitely appreciate you giving me the opportunity to be able to play in the veto.
If
no hard feelings against me, whatever you decide. I mean, you got to do what you got to do, and it's a game. I'm not going to take it personally. If there is a big chance that I'm going to be on the block by eviction, I would love the opportunity to save myself in the veto. I would also even more love it to not be on the block at all.
If you promise me, if you play for the veto, you're not on the block and you play for the veto and you win it, I would like you to gun for it if you won't use it. And then Monet comes down, and then it's DeLeon or Leanna next to each other.
I think it was a good conversation, and I felt good and comfortable talking to him. It wasn't at all like when Mike and I had talked, previously after that whole falling out. So I'm hopeful that I can continue to work on my relationship with Days and keep myself out of the line of fire.
Like I said, you're safe.
Okay.
Hopefully you know that me, trying to keep Mike was not personal.
I know.
Okay. And that's really all I got. You're not going on the block. There's shouldn't be a chance of you going up on the block. I have 5 other targets that could possibly be up there. So you want to meet June?
Who's June? Oh my God, it's a damn snake. What the hell? I didn't even see it on your. Oh my gosh! No, Days, no, you don't get snakes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's moving.
Yeah, she's just chilling.
Yes, and you're just casually sitting there, like she can bite you any minute.
She's only bit me once.
Oh. Oh my God.
Anything game related like you want to know for me that I can clear up or anything like that?
I did hear a rumor.
Uh-oh.
It was from Mike though, so I don't know if he was telling the truth, but he was like, you, Meg, and him made a final 3 deal.
Not a final 3. It wasn't an alliance. It was the first week. Meg requested the chat with me and Mike, which was surprising. She offered up an alliance to me and Mike and said we can call it Dazed and Busters, which I was like, nah. First off, I'm not trying to get in any alliances. I'm playing a solo game. And 2, why are you including my name in it? That would just make me a target. Yeah, if I haven't said it before, I appreciate you've been pretty straight up with me so far in this game. We haven't really had too many conversations, but yeah, I'm down to keep you safe. I would like you in this game for as long as possible. I don't know if I can have you flipping coins at the end of the game.
I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm never going to do that.
But yeah, I would like to have you there towards the end. She's a very likable person, and she may spread some shit, I'm okay with that because it benefits me, but I don't mind. I would love to have her around for the rest of the game. I was being genuine about that. I like talking to her. Maybe she's a vote, but she's not a target of mine at the moment. So I was like, I have to win this. I put my ass on the line to try to keep Mike. A lot of us did, and if I don't win this, I might be seriously fucked.
Yeah, a lot of people seemed unhappy with, in general, with like your campaigning to keep Mike around, and it was kind of off-putting, the holier than thou attitude, like, oh, Mike doesn't make the game fun. I think we have a similar like approach to this game. So I'm glad that, you know, if it wasn't me, I was like, if I can't win, I will become Days wins. Because even I'm like not 100% sure on Alex. Although, to be fair, before you got on call, I think there was a time where just Alex, me, and Fanguy were on the call, and we all basically out loud said that we have to sort of stick together, and we have to stick together with Dazed. Otherwise, we're just picked off.
That's why I grouped y'all like I did. Were you in the chat when Dee Dee said there was a women's alliance?
Yeah, I mean, she said it passingly in the trio chat with you and I before the vote. Yeah.
Well, I talked to Meg, and I basically told her that I feel like you're in two different alliances, right? Leanna, Monet, DeLeon, Meg, and Aspen, or it could have been Leanna, Monet, DeLeon, Meg, and Fanguy at one point. But, and then I didn't say women's alliance to her. I didn't, but she said she can confirm that she is in at least one. So I think it may be the women's alliance, although, you know, Leanna and Monet denied there being a women's alliance. I made sure to bring that up with DeLeon in the chat. They were my first chat, those three. Just to give you a rundown on what I'm doing, Monet has to go up.
Yeah, because of the power. Yep.
Because of the power. Then it's between Leanna and DeLeon.
Okay.
We have to assume that Monet's gonna use the power if she has it. So then the other one goes up.
Okay.
Right. I told Meg that I offer her the chance to have a 100% chance to play for the veto by volunteering to go on the block. I told her she is an option. You know, if like what happens to Leanna's HOH where two people come down, I have to put two people up. So it's going to be Meg and whoever's left of DeLeon.
Yeah. I think there's a good level of trust between us. I think he knows that I'm a similar player as him. That will be strategic, that will make logical decisions. And I don't see myself stabbing him in the back anytime. So I think, yeah, this round really helps solidify us working together long term.
I don't believe that Aspen, she said that she was one of the four to keep Mike.
I don't.
And she asked me to not tell everybody that. So I absolutely don't believe. She was wondering how I knew about there not being a switch of vote. And you could see it on her face when it was a 4-4 and not how she thought it was supposed to go down, that she got caught.
Right.
So she is the last option behind Meg. If things go haywire, she'll be up there, but hopefully that's not the case. But I do think that the Women's Alliance was a thing. So it was Leanna, Monet, Meg, Aspen, and Dee Dee. But Dee Dee's thrown everybody she's been with under the bus.
Right, yeah.
So I want to work with her just because she's feeding information.
Honestly, she's such a big distraction too. Like,
yeah.
Like she's basically filling in Mike's spot without being as like antagonistic towards us. So it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. I think that's what because I was thinking DeLeon is probably gonna go up, but with the goal being to break up the Women's Alliance, it makes sense to sort of keep him.
Right.
Yeah, but he's one of the options to like go up.
It's a possibility. Like it benefits me either way. If Aspen or Meg go home, no hard feelings. That was part of the Women's Alliance. Would I like DeLeon gone? Sure. But I made it so that all of my potential nominations, I'm okay with them going home.
Yep.
So I don't have to have full control over an HOH. Just let everybody else decide what they want to do, and I'll be happy with it.
But yeah, I like that. I definitely like the goal of breaking up this potential Women's Alliance. Even if it doesn't exist, they have incentive to work together. So it's great to like nip it in the bud as soon as we can. And flushing Monet's power also is pretty huge.
I'm gonna roll with him. He could be my long-term final two type partner. I don't know how much of a chance I'd stand against him in the end, but I like talking to him. He thinks like I do. Just in case she does have safety, she's going up.
Yeah.
Because that has to be flushed. So Leanna and DeLeon are the next two choices. Meg is the third choice. If something happens like Leanna's HOH, I have 5 total possibilities. Yeah. Meg is the 4th. Aspen is the 5th.
But like, I feel like Dazed and Nav, like they didn't even bring Dee Dee's name up in that whole talk. Like they went down the list of the whole other side. They got through Meg and then Aspen, but they didn't even say Dee Dee's name. So I know that Dazed and Nav have something on the side with Dee Dee.
I told Meg, I said, look, I'm still a little peeved about you approaching me and Mike with the Dazed and Busters alliance, and then you completely turning your back on him as soon as he was on the black. That didn't go over too well with me, but that's not really why I'm putting you up. It's that I believe, first off, she's a part of Women's Alliance. So
Aspen has to be too, right? If she didn't vote,
right?
Mike.
I have her in that. Dee Dee,
That's
I
the
think
only
she was.
reason I
I'm
can
not
see
sure.
her voting the way she did.
Right.
Is if there's a girls' alliance.
So it's like there are two sides. The guys kind of against the girls, but within that there's like layers because each guy has certain girls that'll protect him. Each girl has certain guys that'll protect him. So the two sides aren't voting together. Like they're not voting this. They have the same list of targets, but they don't have the same exact target. And so it's really interesting.
I pretty much, I'll just tell you straight up, I pretty much let Meg control my last few votes because she's the only person who's been talking to me.
Right. It was the first Mike vote that kind of threw me for a loop, and I was trying to figure out where everybody is. But I know where you are now, and that's all that matters to me.
Yeah.
So you're good.
I'm with you guys. This group,
Yeah.
this is my group.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like our backs are, we're in it. We're in it
We all
together.
voted the same way. We all know that Mike staying would have been better.
Yep.
Which means that everyone else is on the other side.
Alex, you're more than welcome to hold against me voting you out. That's
on the Mike vote?
Yeah. I expect that. I don't take you as an emotional player, but I know there will be a time where you have to put me up, and I'm okay with that.
What I will say is that when you talked about Mike being a bigger threat for like other reasons, right? It makes sense. So it was a logical play, and me and him were both up. I don't hold it against you. I'm still here. I don't hold it against you. I'm on the bottom of the little alliance that we're building, but I need to ride it for now. The reason why we voted against each other, all 4 of us, is because we're always on, like me, Nav, Fanguy, we've been up,
Yeah.
Like it was hard, you know what I'm saying?
Well, you're not going up this week.
Exactly. That's all I need to know.
All 3 of y'all are good. I have it worked out so that all my possible targets could see the block, but other than that, everybody should be safe. Fanguy, I talked to Aspen about the whole Fanguy Meg talking shit thing. She said it came from Leanna. The only chat I remember having with both you and Meg and Leanna in there was when I was up in Minnesota. I was in the room, and Meg mentioned that she didn't know where me or Aspen were in the game.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can remember where Aspen's name was
They
mentioned.
were also talking about Aspen, but it wasn't us talking about Aspen. It was them talking about Aspen in her voting history, because she told them on the dot vote. That could be what it was about too. On the dot vote, Aspen told them that she was voting Alex out, and then she voted Dot out. So they were talking. I don't know if that was part of a conversation that I was in.
Either way, it was Leanna that told Aspen. Aspen confirmed that for me. It was Leanna who said it.
Leanna was the one who opened her mouth as soon as you left the backyard chat today. Like,
So,
immediately.
It's-
Like, didn't even like. I'm just sitting right there, and she's like, "Meg, this is what I heard." I'm like,
I think it
"Oh,
was
you
also
realize I
her.
just drew my line in the sand, and I'm on the other side." Like, I'm so.
It was her and possible DeLeon that was spreading around that me, Fanguy, and Mike were working together. The 4 of us are brought together by necessity in the game. necessity, not necessarily by choice. I think I'm gonna put Leanna up because if she happens to be off the block, she's probably more likely to win a veto than DeLeon is.
She's
So I'd rather.
prepared, bro. She's.
I mean,
super
Leanna
prepared.
is a big Brother fan, and
Don't
she's
sleep on her preparedness. Any comp that you can prepare for, including maybe having a stopwatch or someone with a timer near you,
Or just random shit in your house.
she's won all the physical. She's won all the physical, which is like very impressive. Very impressive.
Anytime that something could, yes, any preparedness based comp, she's a huge threat.
And another thing, just in case there was some confusion with the powers, and maybe Monet actually did have a switch of vote and Leanna had the secret safety, then those two being up there, one of them's going to have to use the power regardless.
It's like a Final Four deal for now, but if they know me, they know that I wouldn't do this for the top four. Like that would not be my top four.
We're down in numbers, but if we can rattle off a few HOHs in a row between us, which I gotta think we should be able to.
It's a turning point.
Yeah, I appreciate
Even if
that.
we were on the downside of the vote last night, I just felt better with this group. I felt like this was the group that, like, based on everything, like, I'm fine. Like, we have to, like, I know this group is cool to Final Four, and I'm fine. I'm cool.
Well, the first one is to simply flush a power. Monet, nothing personal. I just have to make sure it gets used. So Monet is the first one that I'm putting on the block. Second one, I think I've cleared it up with everybody on the things that have been said, but I feel like now I know where it's all coming from. So Leanna, if you'll have a seat next to Monet, best of luck to both of y'all in the veto comp. Hopefully me winning HOH has cleared some things up, and hopefully I put myself in a better position than what I was obviously not in going into the head of household competition, because I was not in a good place.
There's like new drama, that the game is sort of a whole new field now. People are sketched out about like Meg and Aspen and Leanna starting things apparently. So all good news for me.
I honestly don't think he wants to get rid of Monet. He just wants her to use her power. As for Leanna, I mean, she put me up stupidly, so I really don't care.
So if I don't win a veto, I know I'm going home. But that's why I gotta win this veto.